Welcome. My name is Tal Kramer, and I'm co-owner of Avalon Property Management, and we serve the North Metro Atlanta territories. Today's topic is liability risks owning rental property. This may have been your personal home, but it's different now as a rental. There are different risks you need to understand and manage. Remember, we live in a litigious society, and often the tenant knows the law better than you do. Here's some of the areas you have to be familiar with. Fair housing law. If you have a 2-bedroom unit and a family with 5 children wants to lease it, do you have to let them? How about 3 roommates want to rent a property in Cobb County? Is that legal? What about somebody with a disability? If they need to modify your home to accommodate those disabilities, do you have to allow them to do so? And who pays the cost for that? Another area is liability and safety. Really important to make sure that you minimize the risks of any unsafe areas. Check your decks, your handrails, trip hazards. You know, that tree root that popped up that section of sidewalk that you've been walking by for years. Well, now you've got to correct that, because if that tenant falls or their guest falls, they're going to sue you. How about smoke detectors? When's the last time those batteries were changed, and do you know that they're working? You have to have insurance coverage, of course, but you're going to need a different type of insurance policy for a rental property. And also, you might want to consider an umbrella policy, which is very affordable and gives you extra coverage. Obviously, the more coverage you have, the less likely the tenant's going to sue, because the insurance can resolve the issue. How about security? Locks, keys. Do you know who has all those keys? Your neighbors, your family? If they get robbed or some crime happens at the property, they're going to be asking who had keys. What about having tenants do things such as change floodlights or clean the gutters? Do you really want them up on a high ladder? Who's got the liability then? Is your property in an LLC? Now here's the disclaimer, first of all, I'm not an attorney. I can only tell you the advice that we've been given, and of course you should check with your own attorney. But the attorneys we've dealt with have always told us to put our rental properties into LLCs, which we've done. And the reason for that is to make sure that if there is a lawsuit, they can only go after the assets of that LLC, not everything else you own. Sounds like a lot, and it is manageable in the right hands, because as a professional property manager, we handle these things on a day-to-day basis. If you're looking for professional property management, come join the Avalon Property Management family. Call us today and learn why over 90% of our clients are referrals from past customers. You'll be glad you did.